Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another video for The Division. Now, if you missed last week's video, then I spoke about some information that recently arose with regards to a public playable alpha or beta at some point this year. So if you haven't seen that, then make sure you go and check it out. But in today's video, I want to talk about Division's endgame. So first up, advance warning, this video is going to contain a fair bit of speculation. I'll be honest with you guys, with E3 just over 2 weeks away, I am fast running out of topics to cover. So that new trailer, with whatever new information or footage it contains, cannot come soon enough. That being said, while we may not know a great deal about Division's endgame, we do know about activities that will be available in-game that would lend themselves well, based on other titles, to an endgame experience. And that is what I want to talk about. Let's begin with these notice boards. Littered around the game world are various different structures, or key locations, that can be reclaimed to strengthen your hold on the surrounding area, and upon doing this, missions or other activities will open up around you. These notice boards, however, are interesting. See, games that feature good, strong endgame content usually strike a balance between larger scale weekly activities and smaller scale daily activities. The reason for this is that it allows players to plan out their week and fit the endgame content into their day-to-day life. You log on for an hour a day, complete your daily activities, then you log on the weekend and perform your larger weekly activities or something like that. So, with that being said, I would therefore speculate that these notice boards could well be a means to issue us as players with daily tasks, missions, activities, whatever you want to call them. Perhaps there'll be wanted bounties, in which you have to go out and take care of a group of enemy targets, or perhaps a task to reclaim another zone. The point is, these could update regularly, both while we are playing or overnight in a 24-hour cycle, and in turn provide us with continual reasons to come back. If you then expand on this, and imagine that various different places around the city will all have their own notice boards, you then have a wide range of potentially daily activities that you can take part in. Next up, moving on, factions. Now this is a bit of a broad one, because beyond knowing that the game will feature some sort of faction gameplay, we don't actually know to what extent, or what it will entail. What we do know, however, is that you can't play as enemy factions, so you won't be siding with the cleaners or any other factions that we have yet to see. And that means whatever faction we form or join, we'll be fighting for the same cause. Now it's entirely possible that factions could just be akin to clans, where we form our own, maybe we get a faction or a clan tag, and then if we venture into something like the Dark Zone, we can then fight for a team. Alternatively, there could be an underlying faction war system, given that the wider game world has zones that can be controlled, and then performing certain actions as a faction then widens your control over the map. To be honest, that last point is probably a little bit far-fetched, given that our only interaction with other players is either against them in dark zones or alongside them in co-op campaign, so the chances of a faction control system over the map actually being a thing is pretty slim. Unless, of course, factions aren't player created, but are instead already established in-game, and therefore have a stronger impact on the story. Then next up we have upgradable bases. I spoke about this in detail in a video a few weeks back, explaining that upon reaching a new area, you'll often have to engage in a battle, clear it out, and in turn reclaim a large base, which then not only opens up travel options, but also activities, armories, etc. And if you haven't seen that video, then be sure to go and check that one out on the channel. But the reason I brought that up in this video is because upgrading these bases could well become part of your end game activities. We don't yet know what you need to do to upgrade them, so it could well be something that won't be finished upon reaching the end of the campaign, and instead is something that we have to work towards in an attempt to attain 100% completion. And then lastly, you have Dark Zones, Division's competitive PvP mode, and this is where I imagine a large chunk of the replay value will reside. PvP, provided it's good, never really gets old, so this will be something you can jump into at any time. Pair that with a potential faction or clan system, and then you have some pretty exciting multiplayer that'll keep people coming back time and time again. And that, my friends, is pretty much it. That was just a quick overview of some of the things we currently know and how they may well apply to endgame activities. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about some of these ideas, or if you have any of your own. But aside from that, be sure to keep it locked to the channel over the next few weeks, as I imagine we'll start seeing some very interesting stuff on the run up to E3. Either way, thank you very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.